Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's always a great day when D16 announce a new product, and this time they're back with their Pultec. And for those who aren't aware, the Pultec is a vintage EQ that had the ability to simultaneously boost and attenuate the same frequency range. And this resulted in adding depth to the low end, but also providing clarity. And it's quite a difficult concept to get your head around, so in the past I've demonstrated this using something like Plugin Doctor. However, with Pulsatec, there's no need for that, but I'll get to that later. Let's have a brief look at the interface first, but it is very simple and it really is a case of what you see is what you get. On the far left is the low end, where as I said earlier, we do boost and attenuate simultaneously. The frequency to which that applies is this little dial here. To the right of that we have the mid-low section, and here we can either boost or attenuate, selectable by this little switch here. The amount of boost or attenuation is 0 to 10. Bandwidth is below that, variable from 0 being sharp to 10 for broad, and then the frequency to which that applies to the right. Moving on, we have exactly the same, only this time for the high section, and it's obviously higher up in the frequency range. So here we're starting at 3, whereas in the mid-low we're ending at 2. To the right of that we have the attenuation for the highs, once again 0 to 10, and then the frequency determinable by this switch here. Then rounding off the interface we have the output volume, and obviously you're going to think self-explanatory, and yes it is, but it's also very overlooked as well. It's very easy to think that just because something's louder, it sounds better. So to remove this perception bias, always ensure that your input level and your output level is the same, adjusted by the output level here, so then you won't be fooled into thinking something's better just because it's louder. And then below that we have truly the icing on the cake, which is the real-time analyzer. So if we expand this, boom. Now like I said earlier, in the past I've used Plugin Doctor to demonstrate what a Pultec is doing to the signal, but now there's no need. It's all self-contained and shown by this red line in the middle here. There's also a blue line for the inputs and a green line for the outputs, which you'll see when I start feeding some sound through it. Just quickly, I'll give a demonstration of that. So let's choose, let's say 60 for the low frequency, and then we're going to boost. And it does what you'd expect. So it starts boosting at 60, which is here, and you can very clearly see the roll off start to happen there. But then if we attenuate also, we then have a corresponding dip adjacent to that. So enough chat, let's have a listen to how it sounds. So we have a 808 loaded, and we're going to choose this one, 808 Drum Machine Fun. Let's load that up. And this is obviously coming from D16's very own Nephaton 2. Let's open up our RTA here. And like I said at the start, the controls are very self-explanatory, but even still, having a visual display like this, it just couldn't be simpler. So here in this preset, we are simultaneously boosting and attenuating. We're attenuating by a slightly higher level at the 20 Hertz range. To 8 plops. Here this is mainly attenuating. As you can once again you can see the dip, and then we have some mid-range boost. Big drums. Let's select another preset for this. Let's go with, I don't know, Alpha Fold perhaps. Let's bypass it for the moment. And on. You can see that sizzle in the high end. Muddying 808 waters, which is just huge, as you can hear. Let's turn it off. Already quite big because Nephaton is huge, but then let's just listen to what it does. That sounds phenomenal. Also look at the display, you can see, as I said earlier, the green and blue lines, blue being the input and green being the output. Let's move on and have a listen to some 303. Once again from D16 using their awesome Phoscion plugin, which is still probably the most addictive plugin I've ever bought. But I digress. Let's have a listen to 303 Mustache, and given D16's catalogue, you'll notice that a lot of these presets are basically in line with products that they already have in their catalogue, if that makes sense. So we have one specifically aimed at 303s, we have one specifically aimed at analog drum machines, i.e. the old Roland style. 303 Mustache. And that 303 sound never gets old, does it? We're attenuating the middle, that's fine. Mid-lows. Let's make it sharp. And I'll bring that down to around 300. Let's choose another one. Yeah, let's go with Eliminate 303 Nasty Mid. And off. It sounds good, but just the extra little sprinkle of stuff on top. Now, square 303 head. Let's have a look what it does to the 909 also, seeing as we have one open. Here, this one was loaded with the 80s Drum Machine Fun preset. Let's choose something like Drum Bus Station, perhaps. Let's have a look at what it's doing. Basically just a big smiley curve around the 700 area, and then a boost at the high end. Let's attenuate some lows and also boost. Drop that down around 30 perhaps. And then we'll drop the output. Off. In comparison, that sounds quite one-dimensional. So there we are, another absolutely phenomenal release from D16. And like I said numerous times, it's worth it in my opinion just for this real-time analysis, just so you know really what the Pultec is doing. It's easily the most user-friendly Pultec I've ever encountered. But what to expect from D16? So download the demo, see if it's for you, I'm sure it will be, and have fun. We'll see you next time, bye bye.